I started at 255 when I started the program. So uh, that would be 42 pounds today.
Raul, what's going on, brother?
Good coach.
How you doing, man?
Good. Very good.
Awesome, man. Awesome. I just want to tell you right now, bro. Super proud of you. I know we got a lot of talk to talk about today about your journey with honestly just how you progress right throughout this entire time. So before we even get into anything else, man, just introduce yourself. What's your name, where you're from, just how old are you, just a little bit about you, man.
All right. So my name's Raul Guerra. I live in New York, Long Island. 52 years old, father of four. They're all in college now. So all college age. Work, but working on myself basically. I had weight loss surgery probably about 5 years ago. I started around 410 pounds when I started my heaviest. When I found you, I was probably around 255 pounds
Mhm.
and stuff. I had tried everything, and it just the weight wasn't going down anymore and stuff.
Yeah,
So I needed a change and stuff. So best
absolutely.
thing ever.
Yeah, and so obviously, with your journey too, right? When you were over 400 pounds plus, you had the weight loss surgery that you did, and you came to me after that, right? Which was like way after that,
Yep.
because you lost the weight from the weight loss surgery, and then from there, you just you didn't know what to do, right? Because especially with weight loss surgery, obviously, you don't really know the specific habits to be able to get to, you know, the natural way to be able to do it, right? Which is why obviously
Correct.
so it's good that we're talking about this now, man. So before we even talk about like your progress, let's not talk about your progress just yet. Um, where were you in your fitness journey before the coaching program? How were your energy levels, your body, your mindset, your discipline, etc.? So right before you joined, before we had the conversation, where were you in your fitness journey before that?
That I think is one of the most interesting parts because I thought I was doing good, but joining the program was like an eye-opening of stuff that I never knew I needed to learn.
Mhm.
And that's the biggest thing. Learning how to do habits, learning how to manage everything around me, stress, sleep, my water intake, um, doing cardio, doing steps, keep moving, just how to deal with life itself around, uh, the transformation part. Uh, that I think is like, um, being the biggest take out of this journey is the things I didn't know I needed, and you guys have given it to me. So
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. And it's more than just numbers, right? It's more than just calories, right? It's about the
yep.
lifestyle, say. And so, obviously, I know you mentioned that, you were kind of stuck before, right? You were around
Hmm.
255 or so, 260. You didn't really know where to go, what to do. How were you feeling like back then? And like, what were the challenges that you were seeing, I guess, because you were stuck?
Well, the whole thing is trying to go into the gym, not knowing how to do the exercise properly. Over 50, and the back of your head is telling you, yeah, you've seen how to do the exercises, so I'm probably doing it okay, you know. It, so, but you don't know what you are missing until somebody's teaching you the right way. How to actually hit the proper muscle, how to actually stimulate it, how to feed it, how to rest it. It's uh, just the mechanics of it. The you know the way that you're doing it. You know, uh, just to maximize the production. I used to think, going to the gym an hour and a half. or more was a proper exercise, and ended up knowing that I was probably just wasting my time, not doing it, correctly, or, in the way that I was supposed to. So all of that is all information that, I, I've gained, you know, uh, it's amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. And so that being said, so obviously for you from the sound of it, it was just really the knowledge with the training, right? The things that you've learned, and the things that you didn't know before. And I'm assuming same thing with the nutrition, right? You were kind of struggling with that. That's why we weren't able to make progress by yourself. So
Correct.
at that point, obviously, when we were having that conversation and, we were talking just like this, um, and, kind of going into the program, if I was to ask you, what made you take the leap in joining and getting help?
I think it was more of I want to say it, when you don't know what else to do,
Mhm.
because you've tried everything and you're like, maybe this will work, because honestly, we spoke, and I remember correctly, you're asking me, where do you see yourself in 12 months? And I was hesitant, and I said, oh, I'm at 255. I would like to be here under 200, but I was just throwing a number, wishing for the best, wishing upon a star.
Mhm.
In 6 months, I'm at 213 now, today.
Mhm.
It's not even a year, and I'm like so close to 200. Yeah, it's just like week after week after week. It's just like, it's insane. And I always told my wife, I was like, I don't know how this works, but it works. And body started changing, everything started fitting differently. People started noticing, at the gym, even people like didn't talk to me. I was like, what are you doing? I was like, well, there is this program I'm following, you know, and stuff. This is just the proper things, Uh, so
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
that
And that's the thing, right? Because most of the general population, that's what they hear. They're like, oh, the reason why you're overweight is because you got to eat less, 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 right? And you're eating too much, or you got to eat less. You got to do more cardio. You got to do more of this and then less, less food, right? But, obviously, as you came in, and you were eating, we started actually feeding your body what it actually needed. And you stuck to the plan, and you just followed, without asking questions, right? Without, just putting the full trust, regardless of like what you knew before, and that's where everything
correct.
really shifted, right? And this props to you, man, because a lot of people, right, they see the plan and they're like, I don't trust this, right? And then you just trusted the process, and through that process, since you did that, we completely transformed. And so
Right.
with you now, Raul, I know your story is absolutely incredible, man. And I told you we can absolutely, same thing, same promise that we talked about in the first call, where it's like, oh, dude, we can absolutely achieve that in like 12 months, and this is like 6 months later, and we went from 255 to 213, right? So for you now, obviously now we've achieved this, and we've really transformed everything. If I was to ask you, what have you achieved now, and how do you feel now, man?
Now everything seems possible. It's weird, but now everything seems like achievable. Uh, uh, it's insane. I'm in love with the program. I believe 100% on it. All the people that you have around, amazing, great coaching. It's kind of like, can't ask for anything better.
And so for you, like, I know obviously, first off, how much weight have you lost total?
So I started at 255 when I started the program. So uh, that would be 42 pounds today.
42 pounds. Okay. So I want to pull up, this is actually your post on Instagram, if that's cool with you. So you
Yep.
posted this recently. So this one on the right, let me know when you start seeing it, because sometimes it takes a second.
Now it is.
Okay. Awesome. So, just for context for some people, this on the right was when you first started, right?
Yep, yep.
And then this is on the left. This was about a week ago. So,
About a week ago, yeah. I was 216 in that picture.
okay, that's awesome, man. And so now 213, right? A week later.
That's
So
good.
6 months difference, 40 pounds down. Grateful for the coaches. And then, which is even crazier, man, is you're back. This is the
Yes.
greatest progress that you can see, right? This look doesn't even look like you here on the right, man. This is absolutely crazy. It looks like two different people, right? So how do you feel about this?
To be honest, the back is the one that has uh I was most amazed, and I hadn't noticed it until I posted the picture and I started, you know, comparing it, and I'm like, you have your love handles and then you have the other love handles on the top, and I was like, where are those ones? It's like I don't have those ones anymore, you
Yeah,
know. So it's surreal. It was surreal,
yeah,
and it's yeah, definitely.
absolutely, man. It's like, here's the thing, right? I'm sure you can completely relate. When you're in the process, you don't really feel it at the time until you look back. You're like, wow,
Yeah,
I don't recognize myself anymore because, man, like I'm telling you, you right now on the call is a completely different role from, the first guy I talked to on their first call, right? So I'm super proud of you,
yes.
man, really. I mean that. And so that being said, already made this progress. We already talked about your journey. So let's say there was a friend of yours that was also wanting to change their life, also wanting to transform their life, right? Would you recommend a friend to go through a program and why?
100%. 100%. The knowledge that you get from coaching is more than what you put in, monetary value to. I thought I was, paying for knowing how to feed myself and stuff, like my macros and maybe how to do exercise. I don't think that's where I got my value from. The value that you guys taught me in how to deal with life and how to deal with everything around and stuff is priceless. Every class that you guys give, all the knowledge, how the body works, how you're supposed to rest and the reason, how you're supposed to, train for specific, how you're supposed to feed yourself, to make sure your muscles react. All of that knowledge is like priceless, So I would say that is the main point that I would try to sell to somebody. Your future self will definitely be thankful that you did this,
Yeah.
because I am, I am definitely, if I could go back and be like, yeah, do it. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, man. And a lot of people they think that, transformation and obviously weight loss and all these things, they think it's just numbers. Well, it is true. You obviously have to hit your numbers, right? It's a bigger part of it, right? There's a bigger part of it because, if you don't have the habits, if you don't know how to handle life, based on if you have kids or if you have this busy life and all these things going on, right? Maybe self-doubt. These are things that will affect your transformation if you don't know how to handle it. So I'm super happy,
correct.
man. Again, from the start, you've always been a student. You're like, okay, what can I learn? What can I learn? What can I learn? Like, let me rewatch the videos. Let me do this. Let me do that. And that's why, obviously, you have been absolutely successful with everything, man. So, again, Raul, I'm super proud of you, man. But yeah, man. So we already talked about your journey. Before we head out, is there anything else you want to say to the audience, man, before we close this off?
Trust the process and learn how to do the small habits will change your life.
Powerful words, man. Powerful words. All right, Raul. Thank you, brother, and I will talk to you soon.
Thank you, coach.